UK Goosebumps here, back with another video, and today we have number 5 in the original series, Monster Blood. I was on holiday last week, so that's why I haven't been uploading. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So this book is basically about Evan, who's dropped off at his auntie's house. I think it's his auntie. And because the parents are going away for a business trip or something like that. It always seems to be a business trip with the parents going away thing. In the Mummy review I did last time, it was their parents going away for business. I don't know. Anyway, his auntie's deaf, so he has to communicate her by writing down or doing hand signals and things like that. And so he's also brought his dog Trigger, his family dog Trigger. He goes out for a walk and he meets this girl called Andy. And Andy and Evan become friends basically instantly because they're both pretty like weird, like they're pretty different, you know. Andy likes to dress up really vibrant and she's quite out of the box, and Evan's quite shy and just quite shy. I'm sorry, I got something in my tuff. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, so he makes friends with Andy and they go to this toy shop because Andy needs some stuff there. But Evan has a look around and he goes to the back and he finds this bottle, as you can see here, of, can, more like a can, of something called Monster Blood, and it says it on the front. And so he asks the shopkeeper, oh, how much is this? And he goes, it's not for sale, sorry. And the shopkeeper's being quite weird about this. So he keeps on insisting, and he ends up selling it for £2 to Evan. Not $2 if you're in America, but in the UK it's pounds. So yeah, anyway, Evan takes this Monster Blood home with him, and he and Andy start playing with it. They realise it stains most surfaces it touches, so they bring it outside. But as soon as they bring it outside, his dog Trigger comes, and it ends up eating a glob of it. And in the next few days, over the course of the next few days, he sees Trigger growing massive, and Trigger actually reaches the size of a pony at one point, so a massive dog now. And this is where the story kind of gets more intense. So he gets into trouble with a few bullies, first of all. So these two bullies from down the street, really nasty people, and they threaten to beat Evan up. But then Trigger has grown absolutely enormous now, so he comes running down the street and scares away these bullies. So that was a pretty cool scene, seeing how big the dog got. Anyway, they go back to the house and they have to start sharing out the Monster Blood between each other, Evan and Andy, because it starts growing massive and it starts bubbling. It's not cold anymore, it's warm and bubbling. So they ended up putting it in like bin bags and containers and stuff, but it gets way too much at one point. And Trigger actually knocks one of the tubs, because he's so massive, over. And it spills over, and a massive wave of Monster Blood comes up and starts basically taking over the entire town. It goes over all the houses, it sucks up the twins who bullied them, and it sucks up Trigger, all the houses, all the people, they're gone. And I forgot to mention, earlier on in the book, Evan actually, when he's putting some more of the Monster Blood into the bathtub, because it's, getting too big, he actually falls in and gets stuck, and he tries to write his auntie a letter saying about the Monster Blood, but she just writes a thing back to him saying, I warned you, because at the beginning of the book she warned him not to use this Monster Blood, and she chanted some weird words over it. Anyway, the Monster Blood is taken over the town at this point, and Evan and Andy run back to his house to find his auntie. And he tells his auntie, oh no, the monster is taking over the town. And she writes down for them, she says, what was it she said? It was something, what was it? Oh yeah, she said, I did a spell on this. So she actually did a spell over the Monster Blood to make it really, to make it enchanted, and that happened, because I don't know, yeah, something like that. She made a spell, basically. And she said it's her fault, and pointed to the cat. So his auntie basically has this pet cat, and it's really weird. It kind of strolls around the house like it owns the place. And the cat suddenly turns into a woman called Sarah Beth, I think her name is Sarah Beth. I'm not really sure how to say it. Anyway, and it turns out that she had kept his auntie hostage, well, like as a slave kind of, for the last few years. And she's actually an evil witch who's forced to do things, and she takes the form of a cat to make so people don't suspect her. And just about she's about to kill Evan and Andy, basically, and her auntie, by putting them in the monster blood to let them drown, basically. I presume that's what monster blood does to you. It explains later on in the books what it kind of does to you. And just about that's to happen, Trigger runs into the house, knocks Sarah Beth over and into the monster blood, where she ends up just disappearing. And then all of the monster blood goes away. All of the twins appear back, the houses are there, people walk around the streets wondering what's happened. And just at that moment, Evan's parents pull up in the house. Great timing, isn't it? Anyway, they pull up in the house and they're like, "Oh, hi, you alright? We've decided to come back early from the business trip." And he goes, "Yeah, I'm fine," and whatever. Coincidence? And him and Andy say goodbye to each other, and Andy's like, "Oh, can I have a tiny speck of monster blood that's left in the can that he had?" Because there was a tiny speck left in there. And they go to look in there, and it's completely disappeared. There's no monster blood left. And yeah, that's how this first book of the Monster Blood series ends. Anyway, my opinion on this book, I'm just going to put it down for 1 second because my hands are getting a little bit tired. It's for the first one in the series, there's not, obviously, because I don't know if they intended to do more in the series when they first started writing these, because it's a bit plain, like, it's a bit boring. The characters, like, they're okay, they don't really do anything. Yeah, the characters are a bit boring in this one, for now. It's a bit of a plain story, not much, like, happens, but I can respect it's the first one in the series, so they can't just jam everything in there if they're going to make another 3. But yeah, I enjoyed this book. I wouldn't rate it any higher than, like, a 3.5, probably, maybe a 4, maybe. It's not perfect by any means, but it's not bad either. It's just in the middle, probably 3.5 then. I give it 3.5. Yeah, good book, but nothing much to say about it. One thing I really like about this cover compared to the American one is basically monster blood dripping down the stairs, so it's like puddling down. In this one, it's the actual monster blood can, so you get to see it. So I think both covers are really good. So the American one shows what monster blood can do, moving by itself and everything, and what it is. But this one shows the stuff that they told you in the book on what it came in, so you can actually see what it looks like. Because that's basically our only basis of what the can that they got looked like. Apart from the description in some of the other books says it looks different. Which happens with some of these UK covers. They describe them completely different from what the actual thing is. But anyway, for Monster Blood number 5 in the original series, I will rate this a 3.5 out of 5. And let me know what you like in the comments. I've had a few people comment on other Goosebumps videos that I've commented on saying they like my channel. So that's really good to know that I'm spreading and everything. So yeah, next review will be number 6, which is, I think, Let's Get Invisible. I'll have to check. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much. And yeah, bye.